Hi everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today I have a little bit of time to do a video, and I got an idea last night and I figured I might as well go with it today. I'm just taking out a little bit of time today from the craziness of life right now. Just a little update on my father-in-law. He's not doing well, guys. He's, I'm going to say within days of passing. He's, we went and visited him yesterday, and it was rough. Jeff is out there today with them, and I'm just trying to get a few things done around the house and kind of clear my mind a little bit. So I thought one of the best ways for me to do that today would be to do a little bit of crafting. So that's what we're going to do today. Not going to do a whole lot of talking in between. I'm just going to craft today, you guys, and I wanted you to come along with me. So your prayers are very appreciated, everyone. Thank you so much for all of your prayers and well wishes. We do so much appreciate it. And keep on praying. That's all I ask. If you guys would keep on praying for my father-in-law, and hope that he has a peaceful passing and that he doesn't suffer too much through all of the cancer and he is in a lot of pain. He's on morphine right now, so we're trying to keep him as comfortable as possible, but he can't really communicate with us right now, so it's hard to know, when they get to that point, if they're comfortable or they're not. So yeah, this is rough. We've been through this several times with Jeff's mom and Jeff's stepfather and my mother and a couple of other family members who have passed away over the last 12 or 13 years, and it never gets any easier, guys. You think you might get used to it, and for me, having worked in hospice so many years, it's very different when it's your own family. So yeah, it's rough going, guys. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try and make this not too long of a video. I want to get it done and possibly get out there to see my father-in-law in a little while. I'm just trying to spend some time at home, mainly for my dog, so that she's not alone for too many hours. So, because we can't take her out there, he's got, Jeff's cousin has a couple of very large dogs, and we don't know how she would get along with them, so we just can't take her out there with us. We probably could, but we're just not sure, so we'd rather be safe than sorry. So anyway, let's get started on this. So one of the things I'm going to add to this is a jar that I got at the Dollar Tree. It was a clear jar that I painted with my Rust-Oleum Paint Plus primer. Let me show you what that is, and I get it, sorry, my cord is caught here. I get it at Home Depot. And this is the paint that I use to paint everything with. And it's Paint Plus Primer, white, and it's flat. I like the flat because it gives a chalky paint look. So that's why I use the flat paint, you guys. And you can see there's nearly no sheen in this at all. However, I may be covering this with some resin because I want this to stay nice. So one thing I was thinking about doing, and I know I had it here. What did I do with it? I had a little piece, here it is. I have a little piece of sandpaper here, and I think what I'm going to do first and foremost is I do want to put some shabbiness in this. So I'm just going to take this sandpaper and just kind of do a little bit of rough sanding around this, just to kind of shabby it up a little bit. And this sandpaper, I think it's like a 100 grit that I'm using. And you can see it doesn't, this paint, this kind of gives you an idea of how well this paint covers, because I'm pressing quite hard on this jar and it's not like over sanding it. So just so that you guys know. And I'm just gonna kind of go around. Hopefully I have enough sandpaper here to get around the whole thing, because that paint just kind of gets stuck in the grain of the sandpaper, and it doesn't sand as well after a little bit of sanding has taken place. I like to get the corners up here. Up along all of these edges and corners. And these jars at the Dollar Tree are, they almost have like a AB look to them. They're really pretty. They have colors in the glass. So I really like them, and I like the squareness of them. And speaking of the Dollar Tree, I was just watching the news a moment ago, and I'm hearing that Dollar Tree is closing a whole bunch of stores. They lost 1 point something billion dollars last year, so they're not doing well. And my guess is the state of California will be one of the worst hit, because my belief is that it's all the theft, because everybody's having to let thieves just go into their stores and steal everything because police officers aren't allowed to do their job anymore and arrest them and convict them and all of those other things. You guys, the theft in California is astronomical. It is, I have never seen anything like it, nor did I ever think I would see anything like what they're letting happen in the state of California. It's just bizarre. I mean, I can't even explain it. The bizarreness of what is going on in this country right now is just, I have no words. I honestly have no words for it. It is just ridiculous. Okay, so I've got a little bit of shabbiness on there. Not too much, not overdone or anything, but just enough to kind of make it feel a little bit shabby. So we'll take and we'll just pick this side as our front, and we're going to put this rub-on decal on. And the way that this works, I buy these on Amazon, and I will put a link in the description menu below so that you guys can get these. I don't think I have the packaging for any of them here. I do not. So I will, but I will put the link to these in the description menu so that you guys can get a hold of them. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put this one down in this corner here. So all I do is I peel that top layer off, and you can see it's clear. And I'm going to position this right where I want it, which is right about there, and I'm just going to kind of lay it on there. Don't have to do a lot of hard rubbing with these decals, you guys. You just have to make sure that you just kind of push it down a little bit, and you can see I'm holding on to this edge because I don't want that sticky part to stick to the jar, because then it can be hard to get up and you have to scrape and all of that. But if you'll see, these are not like some of the other decals that you buy where a lot of the pieces will not come off. These are pretty awesome decals because, except for some situations, you won't get little chips out of the decal. So that's what that looks like. Isn't it gorgeous? Really gorgeous. And so this, and then I'm also going to do one on the back side. And this one, let's see, I guess I'll kind of do it this going in the same direction. Or do it, yeah, I'm going to do it the same way. What I could do also is I thought about just doing the front and maybe putting them like that on the front. Let me think. Do I want to just go ahead and do that and leave the back blank? You know, that's what I think I'm going to do, you guys. I think I'm going to put both of them on the front. And let me look at this so that I get it kind of situated the way I want it. And I want to let the leaves kind of come up on the jar, right about there, I think. And I'm just kind of taking it over the edge to the other side, pressing those down. And I've got a spot right here where I can grab it, so it'll be okay. And see, I didn't get this one leaf down, so you do want to make sure that you get everything touching on the edges particularly before you peel it off. And just, let's see, I left one on there, so we're gonna put that on there. So it can leave pieces behind, but not easily, you guys. These come out so beautifully. I love these decals a lot. They're my very favorite when it comes to rub-on decals because the quality is amazing. Okay, so that's the front. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to very quickly resin over the outside of this. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to do one edge at a time. I'll show you this first one, and then I'm going to go around. I'm just going to put a thin coat of resin on this and just kind of brush it over. Might need a little more than that, so that I'm covering this entire decal. I'm going to go up over the edge here and to the corner. And I'll do this corner here. And then with each side, I'll just go over the right-hand corner. That way I know, okay, the other side's done. And actually, I think I'll just go over this corner here on this one too. I might as well cover both of those corners. And I won't have to put this under the lamp for too long to get it cured, because it's a super thin coat of resin. But I do want to get enough on there that it's a nice covering coat. And now I'm not going to have to worry at all about any additional chipping or anything like that on this jar, because I'm going to have it completely covered with the resin. And I'm making sure I'm not going up over these lips where the lid screws on, because I want the lid to still be able to go onto this. So I'm going to take my torch here, and I'm just going to quickly go over it and see if I can get rid of any bubbles that are in there, because there are some bubbles. I can see them. I'm just trying to see where I might have missed. Okay. So now I'm going to put this under my lamp for about maybe 60 seconds. And I will be right back. Okay, everybody, so I went ahead and I did all the sides of this jar with resin. So you can see it's shiny all the way around, including the bottom. So it's all nicely protected now. So it looks gorgeous. Look at the shine in that. It's just beautiful. So it all looks glass again. So it's as if I had put everything on the inside of the jar instead of the outside. And then I also have this wooden disc that I also resined. I was thinking about actually making it a platform for this. I'm not positive that that's what I'm going to do, but I was thinking about it. So it would sit sort of on that platform like that. But again, I don't know for sure if I'm going to do that. And what I might do is maybe set it back a little bit and put something on the front. I don't know yet. So we will kind of design the outside of this jar and then go from there. So what we're going to do here is I've got some different little pieces, bits and pieces here that I want to use. One of the things I want to do is I want to make a topper. So what I'm using for that is I've got some bits and pieces of laces here that I want to use in this. This piece is a very special piece. This came from this piece here, and this is a piece of my friend Carol's wedding dress from many moons ago. She saved her dress and she finally sort of cut it apart and decided to try and use it for her crafting. So she was so generous in giving me a piece of this, but I don't want to use much of it because really what I would like to do is I would like to make my friend something special with this piece of lace. So I took this one tiny little piece off of it, and that's it. No more. So here I have just a little piece of a doily. I had another one here, and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use, but now I can't find the other one, so I guess I'm supposed to use this one. So we're going to use this little doily as the bottom piece. And then I'm just going to start kind of layering this until I get what I want to put on top of this. So we're going to add, let's see, I don't know if I want to put this so that it sort of shows. So we're going to add this piece of lace here. I kind of want this piece to show and a little bit of this here. So because this has all the pretty pearls and everything in it, so I want it to show. And I'm going to move in a little bit and stay back here where you guys can see what I'm doing. Another thing that I want to put in there is some eyelash trim that I got from my friend Deanna a little while back, and I thought this would be a pretty little accent to put in here. So I'm going to put that, I'm just going to kind of loop it back and forth, and I'm going to twist it here and just sort of glue this edge down and have it sort of sticking out. So what would work well is if I took, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set that down just like that. I have some lace here, whoops, and I'm pulling it from the wrong end. This is just some lace that I had bought a little while back. I'm going to take and cut a little piece of this off. And I got resin on my hand, so let me just squirt my hand with some alcohol real quick and get that off before I get it all over everything. I don't know how it got on my hand. There must be a dot of it somewhere here that I touched because it wasn't there a minute ago. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this little piece of lace and I'm just going to kind of bundle it up a little bit. Just kind of like that. And that should probably do it right there. Just kind of like that. Just a little piece of lace. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue and put it right there. Just kind of move it around a little bit. Actually, we're going to put it sort of going across that section. And just so that I don't get glue everywhere, I'm just going to sort of press that little piece of lace over the top. That way I'm gluing this whole thing down. So that's what we have so far, and it's already beautiful. Okay, and then I think, let's see, where did I put those? I think what I want to do was thinking about using these two little cut pieces of my sequined lace down, but I'd also like to use some of the white as well. I just need to decide what pieces I want to use. This would be pretty sort of hanging off of it a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. I think I might save that for something. I'm just going through all of my little sequined lace here and seeing what pieces I have. I've also got this one here. So let's see what we want to do. I would just like to have some of it sort of poking out. I love this particular flower that comes off of that lace. But I also love this one. And this one's got a lot of sequins in it. And it might be pretty just kind of poking out somewhere. Maybe underneath that eyelash trim there. That might be very pretty. This one's a little less busy. And then I have just this little piece. Maybe I'll just take this little piece, and it's already kind of cut and sized down. So I think I'm going to put that little piece there. And then maybe have a little bit poking out of these other edges here. And this we're going to use the pink sequin flower that we have already cut. And I think the other side I'm just going to have kind of coming out right here. I'm not so worried about this piece of lace showing up so much as using it to get that eyelash trim sort of glued down. So that's what that looks like. So we will put those aside, and I have this paper flower that I made a while back, and I just added some of my sparkles and one of the little sequined flowers in the center, and I thought it really made it look nice. But what I'm thinking about doing is adding a little piece of lace just to go around the outside edge of this flower, just to create, but you know what? I don't think I'm going to do that, because I do want these other things to show when I put this flower on, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I do have a couple of my other little sequined flowers here that could kind of poke out. I don't think I want to keep this one together. Maybe have a little piece poke there and a little piece there. Or just put kind of both of them off to one side. I think that looks kind of pretty like that. So we're going to do that. Put this little one right next to it, like that. And then I also had this lace that I was thinking I might use. Let's see. But I honestly don't think I need that. I don't think I'm going to do that. But I will use these little gold leaves in here somewhere. And maybe I could have those sort of, I don't know if I need to or not. They're not really going to show there. Maybe just kind of coming out right here with the little pink flowers. I think that looks really pretty with that gold accent there. even though these little pink flowers have some of this gold in them in the centers, I think this will just add that little touch of gold that I like to see to add some interest. And then we've got a couple of little blingy pieces. We'll wait until we get the flower on to think about those. So the flower's going to go right here. And you guys can see this is going to be quite beautiful on the top of this jar. So if I put that there, and a little bit of bling popping out somewhere, I just don't know which bling I want to use. That's very pretty, but it doesn't, well, it kind of shows up pretty good. I've got this little pink piece of bling as well. I could have that kind of coming out the other side, or maybe we'll put this over here. I don't know. I don't know. That looks pretty right there. So I think I am going to put this one down right here. And I'm using Gorilla Hot Glue, you guys, to glue everything down on this. And I think I'm going to just pop this one over here and let it just sort of have its own little space there underneath the other flower. And now we're going to pop our flower down, and we will be done with this little, I don't know that I would call it an applique, but it kind of is an applique. A very built-up applique, but it's an applique. So there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? And you can see that little piece of bling there and the little piece of bling there. It's beautiful. And this lid is sort of a coppery color, or a rose gold. So I think that's going to be really, really pretty on top of that lid. Look at that, with that rose gold just kind of popping out. But what I want to do with this lid is I have a couple more things that I need to do. I want to take this bling, and I do want to put it around the lid here, just kind of laying down. So we're going to start on the back side of this, and we're going to do that. And I think what I would like to do is I think I'm going to use a little bit of glue here. I think I'm going to glue it down, and then I think I'm going to add some resin in a few spots to make sure that this doesn't just pop right off, because we all know that hot glue doesn't always do the best job when it comes to longevity when you're working with metal or plastic or anything like that. So we want to make sure that this is going to stay on. So we are going to glue it all the way around with the hot glue. And then we're going to add some touches of resin. Make sure that it's all twisted the right way here. And here I'm just kind of heating up the glue in this corner here again. And hopefully, look at that, it's going to meet just perfectly around this lid. So I just need a little bit more glue here. And we'll pop that down. And then I'm just going to take my resin here, and I will put a link to the resin. And this is actually Let's Resin, you guys. I'm using my Let's Resin that I get on Amazon, but I put it in this other bottle. So I'm deceiving you by this bottle today. But I will put the link. You know what? I want to take this lid off because it'll sit under my lamp a whole lot easier without the jar. So we're just going to start kind of going around this top edge here with our resin across this whole string of pearls. And the resin doesn't really interfere with the pearls like hot glue will. It doesn't give that clumpy appearance that you'll get if like when hot glue squeezes out. I'm going to pop this under my lamp for about 60 seconds, maybe 90. We'll go 90. And then what I want to do is I want some of these pink pearls to go around the jar. So I'm just going to kind of decide how I want to put those on. I really need to see how that lid, I've got another one of those lids around here somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. Let me go grab that. Hold on, you guys. Okay, so this is my other lid, and I just wanted to be able to judge where these pearls are going to meet up in the back here, and if that's going to be enough to make these dangle just as a short dangle. So I'm going to take this and right back here, and I wanted to make sure that my lid was going to go down as well. So I'm going to push these together back here in the back into the glue and make large glue strings. I've got just a little piece of glue right back here that I'm not loving. Okay. All right, so that's how much we have in the front to come down, but I think what I want to do is I want to kind of adhere it down right here on these little corners so that it's draping just the way that I want it to. So I'm just going to take and dot a little piece of glue on each of these corners. Just like that. And set those pearls down. And then just like I did with the lid and the pearls that I put on the lid, I'm going to dot some resin right here so that these pearls are going to stay there and not come off. So let me pop that under my, I almost said microwave, under my lamp. And here's our lid, all nice and it's on there really good. So we don't have to worry about that coming off every time we screw or unscrew the lid on. So our lid is, that part of it is ready. And this only needs a few seconds because we're going to be putting it back under the lamp in a minute because I want more pearls to sort of drape around on this. So, I'm wondering though, I'm going to also put one of my butterflies on here. And I'm not sure which one. I love that one. That one looks really pretty on there. I just made a ton of butterflies, you guys. They're in my shop in case you guys want some. I really love this one, and I think this is the one I had kind of decided on, but I wanted to test these other ones. Now, this one matches the flowers really well, but I just don't feel like it's kind of meh. So I really, really, really want to use this butterfly here. That's kind of my favorite one. So that's what we're going to do with that. I am going to resin the butterfly to the jar. And I might even tap a dot of resin right under these pearls here so they just stay exactly where they are and never, never move. So for this, I think I can just, I don't know how this is going to work or how this is going to stick down, but I am putting resin on the bottom of the butterfly here, and I'm going to dot some at both edges, and I'm going to put a dot of resin right there for the pearls. And I'm going to pop this under my lamp real quick here. And for that, I really do want to go the 60 seconds. I just have to prop a couple things under my lamp here so that, whoopsies, so that it can sit a little bit higher. And I just dumped one of my boxes. Okay, well, that's all right. We'll worry about that later. Okay. So I am in love with this, you guys. I think this looks so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? I was thinking about putting one of my little bumblebees. I actually made this one here. This teeny, 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 tiny, out of one of my paper bumblebees. I made this teeny, teeny, tiny bumblebee. And I don't know whether it's going to go on there or not, but it might look pretty just kind of sitting on this flower somewhere. It's kind of meh. Then there's these bumblebees, but I'm not sure that oh, that one just came right off from the bee part. I guess I have to do better in peeling it. But I've got these bumblebees, and I was actually thinking about putting one of these sort of on the jar somewhere. But I don't know. I don't know if that has the look that I want. I want this to be elegant and shabby chic-y, and I kind of feel like that doesn't do the trick. Now this piece of pearl, we're just gonna kind of go with the flow on this one. So I'm gonna put a dot of glue on the back, and these pearls are on a string, and they are not knotted between each pearl, so I have to be very careful in how I do this, that I don't break that string. And that's another reason I want to have this sort of what am I trying to say? Resin down. You know, I just need to figure out how I want this to drape. Do I just want it to go like that? I'm kind of thinking like that. I like that. So I'm going to put a dot of glue there and just bring that around. And this string here is longer than the other one. So I glued the pearls at each end. And maybe I'll put a dot of glue here. And right down here at the bottom. And then a dot on this corner. Just so that I can make sure I get it looking the way that I want it. And then we will also place a dot of glue right here. And then we're going to do just like we did with the other one, and we're going to resin these pearls down in the same locations that we put the glue. There, I think that looks good. I hope. And it doesn't go quite all the way to the back, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not that concerned that it meets up in the back. I mean, it's literally 2 pearls away. So that's all right. So that's what we've got there. Hopefully that looks good. I don't know. You guys, I'm not sure that I'm in love with this. Let me put the other lid on, because sometimes that makes all the difference in the world. And it does, makes a huge difference. And then when this is on there, it even adds more to it. Now, here's the thing. Does it look better? You know what, you guys? I don't think I'm going to put this other string of pearls on there. I'm going to have to pull that glue off of there, but that's okay. That'll come off pretty easily. Since there's resin on there, that glue should just sort of peel off. And I can get that off. Let's see. I hate when I change my mind like this, especially when I've glued something down. But this is Gorilla Hot Glue, and this is why I use Gorilla Hot Glue, because it is a little harder to get off of things than the just the cheapy hot glues. I got that piece off, that one off. There's a little dot still on there. There we go. Got this one. Got that one off. And now to get this clump off. The only hard thing is this clump kind of got mixed in with the top strand of pearls. That's okay. All right. So now I think I like it better with just that one little string of pearls. Now I'm thinking I want to put this little pearly piece on here, and I think I'm going to put that right in this corner right here. I love it right there. So that's going to cover up that bad spot on those pearls with the glue, because we're going to add a nice blob of glue on there. And the backing to this piece is felt. It's not metal. So this is going to stick really nicely. Just like that. Okay, and then I feel like I might want to take and put, where are they? Put one of my Bird's Place flowers on there. And I think I want this size here. And I think I do want a white one. I need to glue the greenery up there. And that sound is my dog getting a drink of water, my little puppy Holly. My Holly is just amazing, you guys. She has been a wonderful, wonderful addition to the family. She is the sweetest thing ever. And we just adore her. She's just a lover, and she's so much fun. And we're so, so, so happy that we got her. Okay, So that's what that looks like on there. It looks gorgeous, right? And I have a little piece. Question is, oh, I think I put it in this bag. Little piece of seam binding ribbon here that I pulled just from my stash, and I think I'm going to take this. I just wanted a little bit. So I thought this would be perfect. And I'm just going to do like I do with my bows. And it's very, very shabby looking. So it should go perfect on this. So I've got that just like that. Now I just have to find something to tie it up with. Okay, Carol. Let's see. What can I tie around you? Everything I have in front of me is too thick. Oh, maybe I could put a little piece of my eyelash trim. We'll try that. See if that'll work. It's going to be hard to handle because this bow is so tiny. So I'm just going to take my eyelash trim, try and tie it through the middle here, and I didn't get a hold of the ends right. Ugh, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Okay, let's try this again. I'm just going to lay my eyelash trim down there. It's hard. If I didn't have these fingernails on, I could do this in a flash, but it's these fingernails that get me all messed up, and this seam binding wants to come in to the middle, the little feet on it, or the legs on it, so it's making it difficult for me to work with. Okay, we did it, you guys, we did it. So now the next knot should be easy to get into this, because I don't have to worry about holding everything together at the same time. So there we go. And we'll just leave that little bit of eyelash trim on there. Whoops. Stuck to my hand. Okay, let's see if we can make this bow look pretty. And this is just like a tea-dyed seam binding, or coffee dyed. Somebody dyed it before they sent it to me. I think this probably came from Gail. I need to get a hold of her because I have not heard from Gail in a little while. I think I know she had some surgery. And I'm not quite sure. I think it went well. I know she's been recovering, but I'm not sure. And it kind of went that way with Gail the first time she had sent me something, and this was years ago, honestly. And then we didn't hear from each other for a long time, and then we kind of reconnected. And she sent me so many beautiful things that I'm still using today. And I feel kind of bad that we haven't connected in a little while. It kind of concerns me about her. Yeah, I had these pearls out too, but I decided not to use those. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put our topper on there. And I just need to decide which direction I want it to go in. I do want this pretty edge of the lace to show sort of in the front, so I think I'm going to go just like that. Hopefully I have enough glue in my glue gun. And just like that. And that looks beautiful. Look at that, you guys. It just came out so gorgeous. One of the other things I was thinking I could have done, and I didn't even look around to see if I had any pedestals that I could put it on. Let me look real quick, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay. I couldn't find a pedestal, so that's okay. But what I did find was some of my little block letters. And so what we are going to do is we've got BUTTERFLY, butterfly wings. MGS. So now we're going to figure out how we can put this on our little jar. So I think what I'm going to do, I really need this to set back so I'm going to use this little piece of lace so that I can see what I'm doing and that you guys can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do, I do see I still have a little piece of glue right there. Teeny tiny little speck. Got it. Okay. So we're going to put butterfly up in here somehow. We are going to glue that on there. So I think, you guys, I'm going to have to set it like this for just a minute just so I can see kind of how I want this to go. Because it's going to be too hard otherwise. So let's see. So we're going to take a little bit of glue, put our B. Boy, these are hard to hold on to. And I turned it the wrong way. There we go. BU. Here's this one. Here's a T. And another T. And we've got our E. R. F. I think this is going to be super cute, you guys. I'm so glad that I just caught these little block letters out of the corner of my eye. And do you know I've had these forever? Forgot I even had them until just now. So, and yep, that's going to look cute. It's not all perfect and everything, which is kind of exactly what I was looking for. So I don't like things to just sit perfectly straight. butterfly. So we've got butterfly, and wings is gonna go, let's see, maybe like right here. W I N G S. Or do we want to put those somewhere else? I'm kind of covering up those pretty flowers there. Maybe down here. Kind of just coming around this butterfly. I think that's what we're going to do. So, for these, they're going to get, no, Holly, no. They're going to get glued on, and then they're going to get resined on. So, Holly, no. Don't you dare jump over that. I know, honey. I'm going to be right there. I promise. Okay, I messed that one up. Gosh. Second time in the same spot. Almost the same spot, anyway. Holly, no. I know you want to play. We'll play in just a minute, okay? Go find your toys. Okay. I'll be able to get the rest of that off in just a little bit. Just take my razor blade. Well, actually, I think I just got it. The nail worked. Okay. So, let's try this again. The thing is these darn nails, I can't hold on to anything with them because they get in the way. So W. There's a good I. I. M-N. Almost didn't find a G. Thankfully, there was no G in the first package that I opened. Weird, huh? They left out the G's. And these were, Holly, no. These were Dollar Tree, I think, block letters. And the S is going to go here. But anyway, I hadn't even used them yet, and there was no G in that first package. I looked through the whole package. So, butterfly wings. Isn't that cute? I love it, you guys. So now I'm gonna just add some resin sort of along the bottom of this and in between these letters. Just like that. And I think I'm gonna go along the top as well, because I want to make sure they stay put. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to sort of brush it in so that it doesn't look globby. We don't want globs. But we want to make sure that it's going to stay together. Okay. And I'm going to pop this under my lamp. Oops, we only need the bottom part, so I'm going to pop it in there for 90 seconds. Okay, so we've got those resined on. Now I'm just going to add a couple of little finishing touches that I thought about while I was waiting. I'm going to have to work to get these glue strings out of here for sure. But I'm going to add a couple of my little paper roses in here. I'm going to add one right here on top of Butterfly. Right there. And I'm going to add one right, where did I want to put that? I've got two possibilities. I think I want to put that one right there. So we're going to pop that one in there. Just like that. I just thought it would be pretty to have a couple of roses there. And then I think I'm going to add one more white rose to the bow here. My last squeeze of glue out of that glue stick. So that's going there. And yeah, there's a lot going on this jar, but it is spectacular, you guys. I think, no, I was thinking about putting some sparkle into the jar, but I don't think I'm going to do that. But I am thinking, I was thinking about putting this on from the get-go somewhere. But I don't know. It might be, it would be pretty hanging off the jar lid, but then you're adding another thing that you're going to be touching all the time. When you open the jar, and I don't think that's a great idea. I was thinking about adding another butterfly in there too, but I don't think that's necessary. I think we've added quite enough to this beauty, and so that is our little jar. Now, I know I said that I was thinking about putting it on this little pedestal, or this little wood disc. But I think I'm just going to do the jar by itself this time. I don't think it really needs that, because if I was going to do that, I would also need to somehow sort of embellish around this as well. And I just don't know that it adds anything to it. I just don't think it does. I think it's perfect just the way it is. So so there's our jar, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. I really loved making this, and I'm glad you guys came along with me today. I was having a real bad day, and at least this puts a little bit of joy into that day. I need to get out of here and call and see how my father-in-law's doing now, and finish my day up. I don't know if I'm going to get to go out and visit him or not, but I do need to see how he's doing. So anyway, thanks a lot, you guys. God bless each and every one of you. Please send your prayers. Make a comment. Let me know what you thought of this jar, you guys, and if there was anything else you thought maybe I should have done differently, or would you like to see me do another one? I have another jar sitting right here in front of me. It's, excuse me, it's all painted and ready to go, and this is the lid to that one. So I have another one that I'm going to be doing as well. I don't know how I'm going to do that one or what I'm going to do to it, but I sure do like the way this one came out, and I really like the idea of the block letters on there. I think that added a really nice touch to this jar. So I'm glad I saw those. But anyway, you guys, thanks so much. This would be great for jewelry, or, you know, just putting little trinkets in, or you could probably even put a light in there. I don't know if I have one handy, but this might make an awesome night light. Let's see. Let me find one of my lights. Okay, well, no lights. I can't find one, so I think I'm going to have to just call this one done and say thank you, everybody. Holly, no, I've got to go because my dog is being bad now. She wants my attention, and right now. So anyway, thanks a lot, you guys, for watching. No, get down. Get down. Down. Oh, she's not listening. Not at all. So thanks a lot. God bless you all. Give us your prayers, please. leave a comment, and please, 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 let's give a thumbs up to this video. I'm hoping you guys like this one. I think it came out really spectacular. And again, thanks for coming along with me today and making my day a little bit more joyful. Bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay tuned for pictures on the back end.